Hey coaches and course creators, Rucheli here from Get the Tech Out of Here, where we turn overwhelm into online business ease. Think about the last time you treated yourself at a nice restaurant. You order your main dish and then your server tempts you. Would you like to add a glass of wine? Or would you like to try our famous dessert? This is an upsell experience at the restaurant. It's an irresistible upgrade that makes your experience even better. Today, I'm going to show you how to add that same kind of dessert magic to your own digital business by creating an upsell in your funnel right inside Systeme. I will walk you through the why, hello, extra income and extra value for your clients, and the how, step by step, no tech headaches. If you want your business to be able to serve up those sweet little upgrades and offer the dessert menu for your clients, I want you to stick with me. We're about to get the tech out of here and make your funnel do more for you. So here's the magic. Every time you offer an upsell, like suggesting a delightful dessert or a glass of wine at the end of a meal, you are not just enhancing your client's experience. You're also increasing what we call your ACV, or your average cart value, without needing more customers. That means you get to make more money from the same number of customers. For every person who's already saying yes to your main offer, you're giving them a chance to say yes again to something that genuinely adds value for them. So even a small percentage of clients taking that upgrade at the end of the checkout process can add up to a big boost in your overall revenue, all from the same amount of traffic, the same amount of effort, and the same amount of energy. And that's why upsells are one of the simplest, most effective ways to grow your online business, and why I am such a fan of making them super easy to set up inside Systeme. So let's go ahead and dive into the how now. So on this page, we're looking at a Systeme funnel, and you'll see in here, this is our business quick start funnel that we offer inside our Design Build Scale program, where we put everything that you need to essentially launch your online business in one place. So we've got our website, we've got an opt-in funnel, and we've got a sales funnel all in one funnel here inside Systeme, just to keep everything in one place and keep it simple. So this is what I recommend all of my clients start with, so that you're not jumping between a whole bunch of different things and you have your entire business set up all in one clean funnel right here. Now in here, you see this sales page right here and the order form right here, and then the thank you page for that order form. So this is really the chunk that is our sales funnel inside this One Essential Business Quick Start funnel. Now, in order to add an upsell, we need a page that goes after the order form and before the thank you page. And there are a few different ways that you could do this. So you can always just click add step, and you can say upsell here, and then make sure to choose the step type of an upsell. That's really important because it adds functionality to your upsell page that we really need in order to enable the one-click functionality that makes an upsell an upsell. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and you can either choose a template or you can start from scratch. So we'll choose a template for now. And then in here, it'll show you a whole bunch of different templates, and I'm gonna go ahead and just pick this one here. And now we have an upsell page, but as with any time we add a step inside a Systeme funnel, it's at the bottom of the list. So we wanna make sure we drag this up so that it's between our order form and our thank you page. That's where we want that. So if we look at this order form, this is a pre-existing order form that we already have in here to sell our little product, right? And then we have this upsell page afterwards. And if we view this funnel step, this is what the upsell looks like. Okay, so we're gonna add in here some information about what it is that we're actually selling. So we'll change the URL path to upsell here. And then we're gonna scroll down and set up a digital product. So because we're setting up an upsell, we need to say what digital product it is we're planning on selling. And if you already have one, that's fantastic. You can use whatever digital product you already have. And I actually do have one here, but I'll go through the process of creating a new one real quick, just in case you're not familiar with this process. So if you need to create a new one, you just hit this little plus button right here, and you can name this whatever you wanna name your upsell. And then you'll grant whatever resources you want to grant. Let's say that there's a course that I want to give people access to as part of this upsell, and we'll give them full access to it, and it won't expire. And then we need to add a price plan, and this is where you get to create a new price plan that is however much you want to be charging for this upsell. So this was a workshop that was $47. So now let's do whatever we want here. Okay. And then our one-time payment will make this a $97 upsell for our $47 product. And now we have this information here in the pricing plan, and we need to make sure we hit save again to actually have our full digital product. So now the digital product is saved. This is now our upsell digital product giving access to a course with this price plan of $97, and that upsell product is now ready to go. So now when we go in here and we edit this page, you'll see in here, this is a whole bunch of stuff that it already has set up for us. And then this is a product. I actually am gonna remove this because I don't wanna sell a physical product. We actually just wanna sell a digital product. So we're gonna delete this here, okay? And this is where we would have some more information on whatever this product is. So this is the 50% off course offer. Obviously, we're going to want to make this a little bit more thoughtful. I'm just showing you the technical details of how this would work. So you're going to describe how on this page only you can get our super awesome course for half off, and finally, whatever transformation you provide, right? And then we'll go and add an image of that product in here below that text, okay? So whatever image we want, sure, we'll do this one, insert, make that way smaller. And one thing to keep in mind is that we really want to make sure that these buttons are visible. So we want to make sure that we're not pushing these buttons below the above the fold area, right? So right now it's fine because we can see it without having to scroll, and we want to really keep it that way. Now these buttons are the magic piece of an upsell page. Obviously you customize your content to whatever you want your content to be, but these buttons are where the magic really happens, and you'll see that these buttons are different types of buttons than what we normally see when we're creating a sales page or an opt-in page. This one is an accept offer button, and this is a decline offer button. And if you're looking at the left-hand side here, you can see these in the payment section for upsell, downsell offers only. Okay, so those will show up here, and we need to make sure we have at least one accept offer and at least one decline offer. It actually won't even let you save the page if you don't have at least one of each. Okay, so this is a yes, I want it accept offer, and this is a decline offer button, right? And the second that they hit accept offer, it gets added to their tab. So the same way that like they're not going to charge you separately for your desserts, they're not going to charge you separately for this upsell offer. It's going to be included in the payment information that they already entered on the order form. It actually will show up as two separate charges on their bank statement, but they don't have to re-enter any of their banking information because it's being completed as part of that same transaction. Okay, so the same way that on your receipt it would show up as like your entree and your dessert, on their bank statement it will be like the first thing they purchased, the second thing they purchased, but they don't have to enter their information more than once, the same way you don't have to swipe your card at the restaurant more than once. All right, so you have at least one of these accept offer buttons, one of these decline offer buttons. The second they hit accept offer, they get the thing without having to re-enter their information. If they hit decline offer, then they will just move to whatever the next step of the funnel is. So we can go ahead and save this now. And if we preview this page, we see that we actually probably want to boost things up a little bit because our buttons are below. Now part of this is my browser screen is a little bit smaller because I'm recording, but we can go ahead and we can do that as well because I forgot that we actually have this stuff up here too. So I'm going to just go ahead and delete this one. We don't really need it. And we can get rid of some of the extra padding and spacing going on here. Okay, maybe make this a 10 instead of a 50. We can get rid of some of this padding too. That's a lot up there, that section padding. So now when we look at it, that looks better. Okay, so now we have those buttons above the fold. We don't have to scroll to see those buttons, which is perfect. And that's something you need to make sure you keep in mind as you're designing your page to test to make sure that the buttons are really above the fold. And then you can add as much information below that as you want. So you can even tell them to scroll down to see more details about this offer, but you really want to make sure you at least have those buttons above the fold where they can see them without having to scroll. So now the way that this is going to work is the second someone puts in their credit card information here for this main product and they click get it today for only $47, they're immediately going to go to this page. Before you complete your order, this is your 50% off on this page only. And they can decide, yes, I want it, or no, thanks, I don't want it. Now, if they click yes, I want it, like I said, they're going to get access to whatever product you just set up as your upsell. So they will immediately get access to that. And then they're going to go on to the next page. If they say, no, thanks, I don't want it, they're just going to go straight to the next page. So in this case, they're both going to go to this thank you page here, which says, yay, you're in. Okay, so that's where they're going to go. Now, if you wanted to have a downsell, you could add one of those downsells after the upsell also. And you would just basically do the same thing where you click add step and you would add a downsell step instead of an upsell step. And that's going to be, we just offered them something for $97. If they say no thanks, then we can instead offer them something for like $27. I was like, oh, you're not ready for that? What about this? So again, if you're not ready for a glass of wine, how about a coffee, right? We could offer something else that's like maybe not as fancy. And so that's what we would use a downsell for. And people would only go to that downsell if they declined the upsell offer before it. So you would put the downsell right in between these two. And if they purchase the upsell, they'll go straight to the thank you page. If they decline the upsell, they'll go to the downsell and then to the thank you page. All right, and just like that, you're offering your clients the digital equivalent of a decadent dessert or a perfect glass of wine without any additional tech stress on your end. See how simple it can be to just show up and delight your clients and boost your revenue at the same time? Pretty awesome, right? Now, if this video helped you see upsells in a whole new light or helped you get the tech out of your business a little bit more, go ahead and subscribe for more simple confidence boosting tutorials. And if you want even more support, check the description for my free tech guide for non-techie coaches and course creators, as well as a peek at the Simple Systems Society, where I help coaches like you build beautiful, simple businesses using Systeme.io with a side dose of fun. If you're craving more, drop a comment if you want to see downsells, order bumps, or anything else simplified next. I'm Rucheli, cheering you on one sweet, simple step at a time. And until next time, keep getting the tech out of here.